Well, good evening. Any gala event here is more gala because we're all here. And let's hope that this continues. It's been a long wait. So we're all very lucky to be here in this beautiful auditorium tonight because you may recognize tonight's performer, Tasha Robinson. How many of you know her from being an aquatics instructor? Yay! We got the seal and everything here. This is wonderful. Well, Anne has arranged for a wonderful concert with Tasha. Tasha is a professional harpist. She lives near Sarasota, but she's performed all over the United States, Canada, Mexico, and Europe. And she is well known throughout Florida because she's performed up in the Panhandle, St. Augustine, and also down as far as the Dominican Republic. She recently purchased a rainbow electroacoustic harp, which allows her to sing and play and pursue more contemporary projects as well. And I don't think we'll get away with not seeing this harp and hearing this harp. It takes different colors. It's called a rainbow. And you'll see all the things that happen. The microphone picks up on every string. So every string has a microphone, which means it's amplified. The finish on the harp can also turn different rainbow colors, purple, aqua, or green, depending on how the light is reflected. Tasha is looking forward to sharing some of the standards we all know from Bach and Debussy, and also contemporary selections from the Carpenters and Led Zeppelin. Each of the selections has a story, and Tasha will share from her personal experiences. My pleasure to introduce Tasha Robinson.
Live by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Onali. Love disappears and disappears and love that rascal Puff and taught him things and sealing wax and other fancy stuff. Oh, together they would travel on a boat with a billowed sail. Jackie kept a perched out look on Puff's gigantic tail. Noble queens and princes bowed whenever they came. Pirate ships would lower their flags when Puff roared out his name. Now sing along, everybody. You ready? Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Onali. All the kings and princes bowed whenever they came. Pirate ships would lower their flags when Puff roared out his name. This is my Baby Jane model, and Baby Jane is 19 strings. She's sometimes called also Luigi. She's called Luigi usually by first graders, second graders, kindergartners in summer camp. And she has red, blue, and white strings just like the harps on the stage. And you can see that she doesn't really have anything too much going on upstairs in the sense of the pins. And that is because we cannot change key on this harp. So that means that if you want to change key, you'd have to move a lever or a pedal, which are the harps on the stage. This one is only in the key of G right now. or it can be retuned in the key of C. So let's go ahead and try a different harp. And I'm going to go ahead and hand my little Luigi off. There we go. Of course, I can't come with Luigi. There we go. The next one we're going to look at is the 38th string. This is a floor lever harp, sometimes called a Celtic. A true Celtic harp would have strings that are closer together than these are. These are concert spacing just like those are. And you'll notice that each string has a lever color-coded with the string beneath it. So what we're going to go ahead and do is start with green sleeves. And you'll notice on green sleeves that I'm going to use my left hand a lot on the levers. Green sleeves was actually written in the Elizabethan times, 1558 to 1603. And sometimes people will relate it to King Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. Green sleeves.
Alas, my love, you do me wrong to cast me out discourteously, for I have loved no one but you, delighted in your company. Green sleeves was all my joy, green sleeves was my delight. Green sleeves was my heart of gold, and who but my lady green sleeves? I have been ready at your hand to grant whatever you would crave, for I have waged both life and land your love and will for to have. Green sleeves was all my joy, green sleeves was my delight. Green sleeves was my heart of gold, and who but my lady green sleeves? Thou couldst desire no earthly thing, but still thou hast it readily, thy music for to play and sing, yet thou wilt not love me. Green sleeves was all my joy, green sleeves was my delight. Green sleeves was my heart of gold, and who but my lady green sleeves?
The next selection is Scarborough Fair, and you'll notice as I'm speaking with you that I'm moving some levers. How many people saw me move levers the first time through on green sleeves? Yes, I had the red ones that I moved quite a bit. And so yeah, I make like a little diagram and I write it in and just let myself know what is going on. Now, Scarborough Fair is an English folk tune from the Middle Ages. And it's about an old fair in Scarborough in Yorkshire. And of course, Simon and Garfunkel made this very popular. It was written between 500 and 1500 AD.
for she once was a true love of mine. Have her make me a cambric shirt, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Wear out a seam, fine needlework, and then she'll be a true love of mine. Have her wash it in yonder dry well, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Where'er a drop of water fell, and then she'll be a true love of mine.
Okay, so as we're progressing along, we're also changing instruments, which is a huge deal. When you come to this instrument, you are serious or you're crazy, one or the other. And this instrument has 2,000 moving parts in the neck. It has 7 pedals for the 7 pitches on the scale, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And the pedals, each pedal has 3 different notches it can be in. So your feet have 21 different things that they can do at any particular time. And how it works is basically opposite of piano. So if you think of piano, you're going up to B sharp. Well, this harp, you're going down to B sharp. Piano, you're going down to go flat. This one, you're going up to go flat. So each string has 2 discs on it that raise or lower the string because of moving the pedal. So all my C's will move with 1 pedal, E's, F's, G's. My red strings are C's, my dark strings are F's. My white strings are D, E, G, A, and B. And I have wire strings here. I have gut strings here. And I have nylon right up here, which cuts through in orchestral playing quite a bit, especially when you're dealing with a trumpet player that might be up in that same octave as you are. And also, one thing that's required of this instrument is to wear heels so that you can play the pedals correctly, because you're always going to lean back on your heel in order to maneuver the pedal, just almost similar like to a organist, if you've ever seen an organist play. This selection is an arrangement, well, it's actually a transcription from Grandgenie of Bach, Etude number 6. It's a violin sonata. And Grandgenie was a major teacher, creator, composer for the harp. He lived 1891 to 1975. And I know you're going to enjoy this. My father, I'm doing another show in Texas in a few weeks. And my father asked for Bach, and I said, "Oh, really, Dad?" And I found this arrangement, and I just have fallen in love with it. The next selection for Elise, Beethoven, written for piano, definitely not the harp. However, arranged by a jazz harpist named Deborah Henson Conant. I naturally look over there when I say her name because when I was 16, I had a really fortunate childhood. I got to move a lot in the army and we lived in Germany and I got to see her perform live in Paris. And she premiered one of the very first electric harps we had. It was blue and it was called Baby Blue, I believe. And she arranged this Beethoven for Elise. And of course, this is a bagatelle. It's a short, lighthearted, and frivolous piece. And there's a possibility that Elise might have been Beethoven's, one of his opera singers that he worked with. For Elise. Just going to grab a little bit of water. All this air conditioning is drying out my throat. The next one is actually written for the harp by a harpist. Woohoo! I always love when that happens. Believe me, you'll love it too. And it's based on Goethe's Faust. It's Marguerite at the Spinning Wheel. It's written by Albert Zabel, and he was born in Berlin. And at 20, he became a solo harpist for the Imperial Ballet in St. Petersburg. And at the end of the piece, there's a lot of fun glissing. And it does tend to lend your ear to the picture of what it would be like to be on a spinning wheel. All right, Marguerite at the Spinning Wheel. And much like life is on the lever harp, on the pedal harp, I have to move my pedals ahead of time as well to make sure that we're all good. The next selection is a piano score as well, but I think it sounds, I don't know if there are any pianists in here. I think it sounds better on the harp, just between you and me. It is by Debussy, and Debussy is one of our favorites. Whenever we see Debussy programmed in an orchestral concert, we know it's going to be well worth our time to be there, and we're not going to be counting measures and measures and measures and measures. La Mer, a Prelude to the Afternoon of a Faun, Children's Corner Suite. Everyone knows this one, Clair de Lune. And it's my arrangement of Clair de Lune. And it emphasizes a technique on the harp where you're playing down on the soundboard to create more of a guitar type of sound. And that'll be the second time around. Enjoy. The next two selections feature a violin and harp duo, and I'd like to bring to stage Carl-Ann Evans. Carl-Ann and I met many, many, many years ago, And it's performed many times with the Salute to Vienna orchestras. It's a touring orchestra over New Year's, right? I don't know if we've ever had a New Year's. Have you ever had a New Year's? It's been a lot.
I don't know if you can hear me, if I could grab them.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Here, Great. Thank you.
And Carl Ann plays with Sarasota, and she just got back from a summer project as well, summer.
Yeah,
program.
musicians scatter to the winds in the summer. We go all sorts of places, Tanglewood, and there's, for studying when I was a student, Aspen, of course. But we love the town of Columbia, Missouri. Does anyone know Columbia, Missouri? Yay! It's beautiful, fabulous. And even there's a commercial out I've seen all year from Stevens Lake Park, if you remember that big, beautiful park. Anyway, so we were very fortunate to feel a bit of a sense of normalcy and managed to get through 4 weeks uninterrupted. I mentored, we did chamber music, and we did full-on orchestral stuff. But me and Tasha kind of grew closer during COVID, actually. We all needed to fill our time and space with something. And so when she reached out to me, and actually for a bike ride of all things, so we started biking the Legacy Trail together. And then one thing led to another and another. And we're in the beautiful land of Harp dreams. And I'm like falling asleep almost off stage because it's so beautiful. Give another hand for Tasha. That was beautiful. The WC is just, I'm going to start crying every time I hear it. It's a very sentimental piece, I'm sure, for you as well. So next, we're going to keep it in the French genre. We're going to play meditation. Now, many of you probably are familiar with this meditation from Thais, but what I did not know is the backstory behind it. And it's kind of interesting. I don't know if anyone else knows this because we've never seen the opera. Maybe we could get Victor, maybe we could get the Sarasota Opera to do a version of Thais. But anyway, there's a monk, okay? This is a very interesting story, but he tries to convince Thais, who is a hedonistic follower of Venus, and she loves luxury and all sorts of, things you're not supposed to. And he tries to convince her to repent and follow God and go into the desert with him. And so we're not sure if you think she goes or not. We'll see at the end of this piece if you think she does. But this piece is really incredible. And it's the prayer, the meditation that she thinks long and hard about following this guy into the desert. So we hope you enjoy meditation from Thais. So that was Massenet, Jules Massenet. Do you think she went? Yes. Oh, I told you the answer. She does go into the desert. Well, now on to another French piece. We just can't get away from French composers. I love them. And this offers, this next piece is quite a bridge between like romantic and modern. There's a few devices we thought we'd share with you that are kind of cool. Sounds that we make that are a little bit different that, again, French composers utilize in their pieces. So there is using the wood of the bow. There's several pizzicatos, and then different ways that the harp pizzicatos and plucks her strings. So we're going to demonstrate a few of those just so you keep an ear out for them, okay?
Sure, yeah. So the first one is consonne pissé, which means to pinch the string, as opposed to. Another effect is called the xylophone effect. So I dampen the strings at the base. Okay. Another effect, I play on my nail. Not the most pleasing, but it's definitely in a different color. And do you have it? There you go.
This is coleño with the wood of the bow, not the white hair. So it's hard, but it's kind of effective. It's different. We do several harmonics that are really neat. And then lots of pizzicatos are utilized in there to make a color that's really neat. This piece was written in 1991, and Bernard Andrés was the composer, self-taught. And interestingly, he was in the French military, Air Force Army Orchestra for over 40 years as harpist. So can you imagine that? So this piece beautifully combines melody with like modal texture. So we hope you enjoy Zerbina.
Thank you, Carlin. So I thought that that would be the best piece to introduce the electric harp over there. The electric harp came into my life about two years ago, something like that. And I saw it online and I thought, oh, that's the harp for me. I have to have 3 colors, not 1. And I want to be heard. I was getting kind of fed up with, playing with 80 other people and having the same A as the trombones and the trumpets, and having, a friend come to the concert and say, oh, I heard your glisses, which the glisses, but too much else. So this harp is wonderful for things like bands, playing along with a band, like I do a contemporary Christian band that I play with. And it's really fun because now he can't bury me anymore like he used to with his guitar. Can't do it anymore. Also, I can hook it up to a Bose amp. And so that amp, I can sing on one channel, have the harp on another, and then on the third channel, I can Bluetooth it into YouTube or a different, music provider, and I can play along with something in the background as well. So there's a lot of opportunity with this harp that I'm really just discovering. I thought a great composer, a harp composer, to introduce and share this harp with you is Pearl Shertock from the Around the Clock suite. And this is her Beige Nocturne. And each of her pieces, she has a poem that is read in order to lay out the vision that she had when she was writing the piece. Evening, you are at your vanity, choosing your perfume from the array of bottles. There is a faint suggestion of a waltz, but only for a fleeting instant. The beige melody brings you back to the fragrance of the evening mood. Beige Nocturne. Has a pedal slide at the end. So if you just listen one more time, just listen to the half, how I'm manipulating the pitch. Yeah, it's a really neat effect. The next selection has tons of pedal slides. I actually learned it on an elevator. I was with a dear friend and we were heading up, I think, to do like some Strauss or something a bit heavy. Luckily with 2 harps, and she kind of looked at me, she said, "Oh, I got the coolest fun thing for you to learn and it'll lighten your spirit." And so we started to learn 10 past 2. And the poem that goes with this one, early afternoon, and you walk along the avenue, you look in the shop windows and you're fascinated by the glitter and the new styles. You stop at one window and a gown that shimmers with sequins makes you tingle with delight. And then you walk again, taking in the displays made just for you. 10 past 2. Thank you. The next piece I'd like to dedicate to a very dear friend. I had the pleasure of having him as my partner for 7 years, and he was such a great, beautiful part of my life. And he was a choral music director at a high school when in his working years. And I had the pleasure of knowing him when he was retired. And he used to meander his way into my studio. And if I did any singing numbers, he would always talk to me about my diction and talk to me about how the vowels work and things of that nature. He was such a dear, loving person. And I'd like to dedicate Close to You by the Carpenters to him. Thank you.
Every time true. I spend the lasting hour of golden starting So the next story I have to paint, imagine a wedding. What a shocker, right? A wedding, and there's two gentlemen, and maybe they've had a little too much alcohol, and they're talking, and I can hear them, and they don't think I can hear them, but I can hear them. And they're like, I wonder if that harp could play a little Led Zeppelin. Let's see. And to end our evening, a Spanish dance, Seguidilla, from the suite of 8 dances, Carlos Salcedo. And the arrangement at the end is mine. Enjoy.
problem. Thank you. If you have any questions about any of the instruments, or Carl Ann, or myself, please ask away. Yes?
I have a question.
Okay.
Your fingertips. You play a harp and you swim.
Uh-huh.
When I swim, my fingers get shriveled up.
Oh. I swim every maybe 2 to 4 days, something like that. Yeah, I don't swim every day. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah, it's a very good. It does actually keep the fingertips supple. The fingertips can get too hard as well to sound like a nail. So, yeah, you don't want that either. It's kind of a half between. Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Tosh. How many vehicles does it require to bring all these instruments?
It's going to take 2 to get home, but this would take about 3 hours to put together, like in the sense of moving and getting it all happening. Yeah. Any other questions about the harps or? Oh, there's one in the back. No?
Yeah, she's been going back and forth. She lives far away. She's been going back and forth to bring all of these here also last week so she could do a dress rehearsal. She's really put a lot of work into this.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Thank you. It's awesome. Thank you so much, guys. And thanks for coming. I know that right now,
to us to be able to perform
for you,
so this is
especially
great.
with everything that's going on right now and the uncertainties of things. Thank you. Thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.